Hello and welcome to the Alliance of Nerds podcast, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything nerd-related. I'm Michael, your connoisseur of all things Star Trek and Magic the Gathering related.
I'm Cam. I am the resident Dungeon Master and Star Wars expert.
I'm Nick. I'm your Marvel master and fan of all things superhero.
And I'm Joe. I love video games and horror movies.
Alright, August 23rd, the release of Commander 2019, long-awaited, most important set of the year, the Commander set.
Absolutely.
The only thing that's worth playing besides every other format. And I like Commander. Right? I don't know which way that went.
It's the only one.
Started off with like Pro Commander and then ended Con Commander, but I like Commander. We got some spoilers out. In fact, we have all the spoilers out.
No, there is some.
You can check them out.
Yeah.
In fact, they're really not even spoilers because you can just look at Magic's official website and they got the list of the cards.
They spoiled themselves.
Yeah, they surely did. I guess that they probably technically always spoil themselves because it's probably people from Wizards who spoil the cards. But
Sure.
We got some spicy ones. We got some spicy ones indeed. There is a big rhino guy. Jaharid the Conclave Exile.
Okay.
5 mana. Naya colors. Legendary creature. Human Shaman 2/5. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you make a 4/4 rhino trample. And whenever he attacks, you get to populate.
Okay.
Make a copy of the token, of a token. And the token enters the battlefield, tapped and attacking.
That's pretty good.
Big rhino guy. There's a lot of face down stuff in these spoilers.
Ooh, so trap cards.
Right, trap cards. Yep.
Yeah.
We're bringing back Morph, or is
So
this...
they made Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Ooh.
Kadana, Slinking Sorcerer, I believe is the commander for the face down stuff. The first face down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast, which I'm pretty sure means morphs are just 0.
That's pretty good.
Whenever a face down creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. And I saw a lot of manifest cards in here.
Are they printing more morphs, or is it just like you should use old
Or is
morphs?
There are other morph creatures in the
okay.
set. There's not a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few morphs and a few manifest things, which is like you basically make a morph out of the top card of your library.
Right.
Or there's one card that does it for other people's libraries in there.
Or you get this one that you can steal everyone's graveyards and it manifests all the cards.
Okay.
Most of the morphs I've noticed are reprints.
I saw a biomass mutation there.
Yep, they did reprint.
They're reprinted biomass mutation. That's exciting.
There was also the new Jeskai commander, or what I think will be the commander, Savine the Chronoclasm. 5 mana again, 2/2 human wizard. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to it. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard each turn, you may copy the spell and choose new targets for the copy. And there's some interesting ways to make things get flashback, or I think some ways to return instants or sorceries back from your graveyard.
Interesting.
The best moments are worth reliving. That's the flavor text. That's very important. I feel like
They are, yep. That's crucial to the Magic the Gathering story, which I know nothing about.
Is there story to Commander sets?
Occasionally. Not really, though.
No,
They definitely give stories to other legendary creatures in non-commander sets.
yeah, I'm assuming that these creatures are part of the story in some way, shape, or form, even if it's a small amount. But
There's usually not really a story, but like a theme about the deck that's in the flavor text.
Right.
Right. A lot of good token stuff, a lot of reprints again.
That was a Desolation Twin. Ooh.
Yes, there is a Desolation Twin, probably in the tokens deck.
Probably. That's scary.
And we got a fun one, Eon Engine. 5 mana, enters the battlefield tapped artifact. You may tap it and exile it to change the game's turn order.
What?
Sounds like the best card.
I think there's...
Reverse the turn order.
Oh, it's just reverse, not like you just choose random people for
It's
it?
like Uno reverse card.
Oh, okay, it is.
Yeah, you hit the reverse
It's
on
like
them.
the Uno reverse.
I think there's another way you can reverse turn order.
You hit them with the no you, and then...
I can remember what it was.
Are there any good life gain stuff that I can add to my sweet deck?
There's a 6 mana curse. You enchant another player whenever they draw a card. They lose 2, you gain 2.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's
pretty beautiful.
There's a, let's see, where is it? There's a card where I think you put down tokens for the amount of life you have.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this 10 mana card right here, create X 1/1 white Pegasus creature tokens with flying where X is your life total.
Okay.
Stormherd.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
pretty good.
That's good.
They got a new card. I don't know what deck it's going to, but it seems interesting. Crick, the son of Yawgmoth. It's 4 colorless, Phyrexian mana symbol, Phyrexian mana symbol, Phyrexian mana symbol.
Okay.
That's
Black.
3 for you.
It's 3 black or
2/2.
a life for each black.
Yeah.
2/2 lifelink, and for each swamp symbol and a cost, you may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. So basically, all the swamp costs are now Phyrexian costs in your deck.
That's pretty
And
good.
whenever you cast a black spell, it gets +1/+1 counter. So you can gain a bunch of life off of him, and then cast a bunch of stuff for life instead. Which is very interessante.
That is very strong, actually.
I think my favorite card in this deck is definitely this Atla Palani Nest Tender. For 2 mana, you can tap to create an 0/1 egg creature token with Defender.
Ooh.
And whenever an egg you control dies, reveal the cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card, and put it on the battlefield.
That's pretty good, honestly.
I'd say so. And it is Naya colors.
There's a very interesting card here. Sorry, I was way more concentrated on this in a card than your card.
You're talking
Because
about the legendary wall, right?
No. This one's far superior, though. Sudden Substitution. It is 2 blue and 2 colorless, instant, split second, which means nothing can go in the stack afterwards. It just happens. You can't counter it or respond to it in any way. Exchange control of target non-creature spell and target creature. Then the spell's controller may choose new targets for it.
So
if
you take a spell or you take a creature?
Either way, so you could cast a spell, and then you take their creature and give them the spell, and they get to choose new targets, or they cast a spell, and you give them a creature and take their spell, and you get to make new targets for it.
That's got some shenanigans for it.
There's some weird shenanigans.
Serious
See, if they
shenanigans.
cast like a kill spell, you could because you're just still giving them a creature and killing the creature.
I mean, if
guess,
you got
but-
like some tokens or something,
Well, yeah, but you
ship
get
them
the
a
kill
token.
spell, so you don't have to
Yeah,
kill it.
yeah,
Oh,
you
but then
give
they
them
get
something
the
bad.
creature.
Yeah. So you could give something bad and then kill something good, but you could also do other things that just like redirect or whatever. But it's a fun card, I think. We got Mass Diminish, which is I think just a better version of Mass Poly. What is that?
Polymorphist's Chess? No, that's the one.
Mass Polymorph.
Something. It makes everything into a 1/1 frog for 2 blue and 1.
Alright, so this is 1 blue, 1 colorless sorcery. Until your next turn, creatures target player control base toughness 1/1, which means they can still, if they have buffs, they still keep those. But then it also has flashback for 4.
It's interesting.
Transformed from brute to cute. That's nice.
It is also a sorcery, though, so you do have to preempt their turn.
I really like that art.
Yeah.
You see the guy messing around with all the mini giraffes and rhinos and elephants?
I don't because I left that card now, but
It's nice looking.
Should have paid more attention.
we got one card I like because I like messing with people. Mandate of Peace, 1 colorless, 1 white. Cast this only during combat. Instant.
Oh.
Your opponents can't cast spells this turn. End the combat phase.
Oh!
So if they have not cast anything in their first main phase, pretty much just ends their turn because they can't cast spells and their combat's over. So that's cool.
That's pretty rude,
That's
but
a mean card, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Oh, Song of the Word Soul. 2 white, 4 colorless. Whenever you cast a spell, populate.
that'll go in my Tristani deck.
Seems real good.
Reprint a Wingmate Rock, I see. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, reprinted Wingmate Rock, reprinted Clever Impersonator.
Ooh, the Impersonator.
They got a new Solemn Smoke Room.
Do they just reprint Soul Ring every set?
Soul Ring's in every commander
most of
set.
them.
Okay, yeah.
Mystic Retrieval. It's a good return instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand with flashback. I think that's most of the big stuff. Some other legendary creatures that are kind of fun.
The wall.
No.
Yeah.
Wall.
Not the wall.
We're not talking about that
Actually,
one?
that's the other card I was trying to think of. The wall.
I saw an
Which also changes the turn order.
Obnixilis there. Which one was that?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's a
yeah.
reprint. Not the gray one.
Oh, it's
Still doesn't look
reignited.
like a wall.
Okay, it's okay.
No,
but he's not
I
the
don't know what
spicy
it's-
Obnixilis.
It's like a triangle.
Did you
With a
watch the
pyramid.
season of Doctor Who with
No.
Matt
Smith.
Smith?
No.
Yes.
Well, this kind of looks like that crack in the wall.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't, but that's what it reminds me of.
Interesting.
There's stuff coming out of it. Maybe that's what they were going for.
Yes, they were going for the Doctor Who ripoff with their magic art.
We got the reprint of Chaos Warp and Squee Goblin the Bob.
Oh, the old Squee?
Yeah, the old Squee.
Ooh.
Trash. But
It's exciting anyway.
We got another big dino. 9 mana, Apex Altasaur. Altasaur? Interesting.
Altasaur
When it enters the battlefield, it fights up to one target creature you don't control. It's a 10/10. And whenever it is dealt damage, it fights up to one target creature you don't control. So you just fight a lot of stuff. And also, when it takes damage from the fighting, it fights again.
So basically when it enters the battlefield, it will get to fight 2 creatures.
It'll get to fight as many creatures as you want.
It also
it does.
brings belligerence to new heights.
Thank you, Cam.
You're welcome. Yep.
The flavor update.
Input is just...
Listen, I gotta read the flavor text.
I see a big snake there. Is that a cool snake or is it a mediocre snake?
It is a cool snake. Oran Frostfang, 5 mana, snow creature. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
Solid.
Yeah. Ooh, Road of Return. 2 green, return target permanent card from your choose one. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, or put your commander into your hand from the command zone. Entwine for 2.
That's decent.
How many keys you got?
Apparently I got a bunch. They're all just jumping off of me. I'm sorry.
I wish it was a return target card, but
yeah,
that'd be kind of OP.
It's mostly just good for the commander one, I think. But like, it's nice to have the permanent back.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many really good cards that return things from your graveyard to your hand without getting exiled. So it's interesting that this doesn't get exiled. But again, it's not just any card. So.
I got an example for you. Nature's Spiral is a colorless and a green. Yeah. Doesn't get exiled, returns a permanent from your graveyard to your hand also. So
yeah, and then there's a really old one that's 1 green, 1 of anything, just return a card and it doesn't get exiled, but it's really OP, and I think it's expensive.
As are most good cards.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Rampaging Balance is back.
As well as Overwhelming Stampede. We got I guess that's a beast, but a lot of Rhino stuff going on.
Magus of the Wheels back.
Oh,
is that how you pronounce that word, Magus?
Yeah,
100%.
You can say Magus if you want, and people will know what you're talking about. But Magus,
you know, but it's definitely not Magus.
It's not Magus. Don't say Magus.
I hope it's actually Magus,
and we're all wrong,
just like these fucking idiots.
I'm not saying it isn't.
Alright, what is this?
Ooh, there's a sapling card, Joe.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
All saplings get +1/+1.
That's pretty good. That's pretty spicy.
When it is turned faced up, create 4 1/1 saplings.
Oh, so it's like the Thelonite Hermit, which is a 4/4?
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, it is Thelonite Hermit. Okay, that's a reprint.
Okay,
there you go. Well,
I didn't know that was a reprint.
Pendant of Prosperity, good team up card. 3 mana artifact, enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. Has 2 mana tap, draw a card, and then you may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. And then the owner of Pendant of Prosperity does the same thing.
Oh.
That's cool.
That is pretty neat.
A lot of mana rocks.
As is required.
Of course. Ooh, Thran Dynamo reprint, nice.
Soul Foundry. I feel like that's a reprint, right?
Yeah, it is. I think it was originally from Darksteel.
Any exciting lands?
The bounce lands again.
No, bring back bounce lands, sure.
It's Swords of Revealing Light.
Bunch of rando weird ones.
Exotic
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Okay.
That looks like the art for Ghostly Prison.
Oh, okay.
Ghostly Prison is a great card.
Ghostly Prison is a fantastic card.
And reprinted. No, the lands are pretty good. The dual lands that they're adding. Or is it the ones where...
Is it Guildgate?
No, the ones that enter tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands.
Oh, they're bringing those back too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's solid. What are they called? Fast lands?
And they're...
Yes.
Yeah, those are
and they're
fast
like
lands.
The multiple basic land types.
Mm-hmm. So you can fetch them.
Yep.
Well, I'm excited, actually. That's... wasn't too hyped for this, but... You know, some of those commanders look pretty neat.
I don't know if I'll buy the decks, but there's some specific cool cards in there. Probably worth getting.
No.
Maybe.
You're wrong.
Seedborn Muse reprint.
Seedborn Muse reprint. That's risky. Oh, that's nice Sakura Tribe Elder art. If you haven't seen the new Sakura Tribe Elder, you should look at that. That's real nice, actually.
Sakura Tribe Elder.
Trying to look for it.
What's on the side of his head?
He looks much more like a snake now. Is that like a medallion or something?
Is there like 7 soul rings? What the hell?
So if there's a card that's in multiple decks, because there's 5 decks, it'll show it for each one.
They're reprinting it multiple times.
Yeah, well, I don't
You
know.
get 5 in your deck.
Yeah.
You get 5 soul rings per deck, and you have to take 4 of them out.
Yeah, replace them because there's not enough cards now.
No, it's a new format. You're only supposed to have 1 of every card except soul rings. You can have as many as you want.
You can only run 30 lands, and you can run as many soul rings as you want.
Right, exactly.
It's the soul card that you can have multiple of.
Is there a joke there?
Soul ring. It's the soul card.
Oh.
Soul.
I was thinking soul.
Yeah,
I was thinking soul with a U.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Sorry.
you're funny today.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
There you go.
You're beating on him too hard. He can't take it.
When your sarcasm is so good that nobody understands it. It wasn't even sarcasm, but I saw a meme that said that today. So.
Oh, I thought he had a really small head. I didn't realize.
He does have the original art for Sakura Tribe Elder has a really big, like, E.T. looking head.
No, it's just like a lizard. It's a snakeman looking guy, but he had like a staff up in front of his face, and I thought like the staff like top was his head for a second.
A snakeman.
Oh, he's a snakeman.
Yeah.
He's a snake.
I really need to pay more attention to Magic art. I feel like if art is ever like complicated in Magic, that I just don't really like actually notice what's going on in it until I take a close look at it. And like that's never what I've imagined. Like I never realized Echoing Truth was 2 dragons. Like I was just like, there's orange things in water. Like I never like bothered to look at it.
You gotta appreciate the artist's work, you know. You gotta appreciate the work of I can't read those
Adam
names.
Paquette.
Yeah, there you go.
Adam Sandler.
Nope.
You don't have to appreciate the work of Adam Sandler.
Dan Scott.
But I do.
That's 2 first names.
Yeah, can't trust a man with 2 first names.
No. Oh.
Backdraft Hellkite. 5 mana. Whenever it attacks, everything in your graveyard gets flashback. All the instants and sorceries.
That's pretty good. Past and Flames on a creature.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they reprinted Past and Flames as well.
No.
Really?
You'd assume wrong.
That's strange.
Probably something you should throw in there. Maybe it's too expensive or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Bringing back Warstorm Surge as well. That's bold. It was just printed too. Not too long ago.
So thoughts, total thoughts on this?
I give my thoughts.
Meh.
It's okay.
I like it.
I
think the
don't think it's
commanders
bad.
are really good.
Definitely not bad. They got some interesting stuff. Like, that's just weird mechanics that I feel like aren't used a lot that they're trying to make commander decks into.
It's nice that they're bringing the face down stuff back. Hopefully it's good this time.
Right. And that's what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to, like, things that didn't work the first time or whatever and haven't become big. They're trying to, like, add more cards to it and then make it, here's a commander that makes it fun. Like,
Because in Cons, Manifest was like... There was a lot of cards with Manifest in Cons of Tucker.
There were.
But none of them were really good enough to be run as, like, a Manifest deck. Like,
No.
you'd get a card every once in a while, but there was things set up to, like, oh, you can get extra benefits for all your face-down creatures and stuff, but no, everyone was just like, it's not good enough face-down stuff to do.
to be fair, I don't know. There's usually not a mechanic that you can build a deck around in a competitive format that usually succeeds as like a tier 1 deck. Like typically it's just a color combination and good cards. Like
Yeah, that's fair enough. But like discard decks were
that's true.
solid, and Madness decks are okay. They're not top tier,
okay.
but in older formats with where you have access to all of the Madness cards,
There's a
they're
decent
okay.
amount of madness cards in this deck. Now that you've been, or in this set. Now that you bring that up.
There's like a madness deck, or it's at least part of a deck. Are any of the commanders madness people?
Yeah, the
Rakdos one?
Rakdos one.
Yeah.
Oh, is there just a 2-color, or is he just part of it?
I mean, he's at the top of the list.
Okay, there's just a 2-color. That's weird that they have a bunch of 3 colors and not 2-color.
Yeah.
It seems like they got a couple 2 colors there.
Yeah, maybe black, green, black, red.
Or that might just be...
Black.
You know what it might be? You know how they do like the big commander and then they have the 2 smaller ones? They had partner. I don't know if these ones do. But like they'd have the 2 subsets of like Jund and you'd have like a black-green one.
Right, but
And
they
a
got
black-red one.
they got 3 Jeskai ones, they got 3 Naya ones, and then they got 3 Rakdos
And there's
ones.
no deck that Rakdos fits into. So.
Oh, strange. Maybe they just didn't feel like making a Grixis or a Jund or something.
What is black, green, blue? Sultai?
Salta, yeah. Or Bug if you're feeling old school.
Bug.
It used to be called Bug
Very nice.
because blue was you. Black is already
it still is you.
Yeah.
Yeah, black, blue, green.
So Bug.
Buggity, bug.
The commander even looks like a bug. It's a Naga, though.
A Naga is like a serpent lady.
It still looks like a bug.
No,
Okay.
they eat bugs. Sometimes.
No, you are what you eat.
You are what you... Okay.
Got me there.
That's why I'm so stupid.
Wow.
You eat stupid.
Yeah. So now we're moving on to Geek Out. Geek Out is a trivia betting game where it talks about geek and nerd topics. So I'm going to read something.
100 schmeckles.
No.
That's how much I'm betting.
Oh, you're
okay.
betting 100 schmeckles?
35
100 schmeckles. So you're not calling? Are you calling my 100 schmeckles?
101.
Alright, we got a raise.
Oh, I'll call that.
I got no schmeckles.
Joe can't play.
That's a fold. Okay. All right.
That's a...
We got a pretty simple one here.
Feel free to
Yeah.
write down yourself, pause the podcast, or just, as we're going, and see how you do compared to us.
Outsmart us.
Because I'm
Please-
sure
please outsmart
we'll
us.
miss obvious ones, or if you know the more obscure ones.
Yeah.
Here we go. Nintendo franchises.
Nintendo.
Nope.
Got him.
Mario. That is a Nintendo franchise.
Are we doing the circle thing?
Sure. Nick.
Zelda. Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
That was mine.
Really? That's all you know?
Hold on.
It's the only relevant ones.
Seriously?
I've never owned a Nintendo thing, I feel like.
Yep, those are the only 2.
Nintendo
I know there's more,
baby.
but I
Just go through the Smash roster.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I was just-
Nintendogs.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Metroid.
Okay.
Is Banjo and Kazooie one?
No, that is... Well, no. That's rare. I don't think that was ever Microsoft... Or Nintendo. Microsoft bought it, but I think they were independent.
Was that when they were still Rareware?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nintendo ever owned them. So I'm going to say no.
Alright. Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's technically something.
Kirby.
Yep.
What's Pit from? He's
Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus?
Yeah.
Okay. Never played Kid Icarus.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking Owlboy for some reason. It was
Owl
like,
boy.
that's like an indie game from a few years ago.
No,
I heard that was pretty good.
Owlboy was supposed to be pretty good. Never played
never
it.
know
played
that at all. I had one. Star Fox. There it is.
Okay.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Damn it. Super Smash Bros.
Technically, you are
I
correct.
guess probably just be Smash Bros. But
Oh, I gotta go.
Oh,
No, you can't use any
Soul
of the Smash
Calibur Nintendo? No, that's on the Xbox.
No, that's a Bandai Namco thing, I think.
Yeah. What are Mike and Ike and Marth from?
Fire Emblem.
Didn't know that. There's yours. I'm skipping. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Wii Sports.
What a great franchise.
what have I played on the Wii in my life? It has to be specifically Nintendo, right? Not
Yeah.
something that was just on a Nintendo
Right,
device.
so it's like it's one of their first party stuff.
Yeah, because I got things that are on the Nintendo
Right,
through
but-
like the whole series, but they're not.
Exactly.
I think I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything.
Got
Okay.
nothing.
Unfortunately, I think that's all the capacity in my brain.
Rock Band, baby.
Is that Nintendo? I thought that was on the Xbox.
Nope.
I think you're thinking of Guitar Hero.
Oh, I think I am thinking.
Well, Guitar Hero was made by Activision. I know that, but
One of them is definitely on the Xbox.
Rock Band,
Xbox.
developed by
Automatic loss.
Damn it.
I just looked at shopping, and the first thing was Rock Band.
It's developed by Harmonix.
Also, extremely expensive. Rock Band 4 band in a box, $1,760.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, that's like the guitar, the drums, the mic.
That's still a
I could buy
lot.
a real guitar and drums for way less than maybe
Wait,
way less.
you're telling me 2 guitars and drums and a microphone are worth $1,000?
This one shows one guitar, but
Whoa.
$1,700 actually,
Looks like I got $1,700.
Or-
For the
Closet.
Xbox One.
or from somebody,
Oh, okay.
or from somebody else, $389,
Okay.
which is still kind of a lot, but
More
better.
reasonable than like $2,000.
yeah.
I have too much fun playing Rock Band. I'm not selling that. Although drums is really hard.
Yes.
Definitely the hardest. No, expert level microphone is really hard.
Well, yeah,
you
'cause you
actually
just
have to be a
sing,
good
yeah.
singer.
It's probably good practice if you were like you're starting out trying to learn how to sing. Get some pitch practice in there.
No idea. I don't know.
Compared to the other things where it's just like,
Oh
I think
yeah,
one of
has
four-
well, I guess drums is. I mean,
The drums is kind of like it,
there's
but
so many
not
other
really.
things in an actual drum set.
I could tell you guitar is the least close
Well, yeah,
of all the
obviously,
things. I
right.
mean, I know someone that like expertly plays the guitar like behind his back and like
The
hits
Rock Band
every single
guitar.
one. Maybe. No, Guitar Hero.
Guitar
It's
is
the same thing.
I meant like a real guitar. He doesn't
Oh.
expertly play a real guitar.
Right,
behind his
right,
back,
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if I've
Okay.
ever played Rock Band. I've only played Guitar Hero.
I think I've only ever played Guitar Hero as well, honestly.
Well, me and my roommates played a lot of Rock Band this past semester. And let me tell you, we rocked.
Band.
Band.
That was the first thing that went in my mind, but I stopped myself.
He didn't have the balls to say band with us.
No, I didn't.
That's so sad.
Well, then you're banned.
Oh.
Get wrecked. Leave the podcast.
Enjoy the podcast, guys. In my basement. I'll just be upstairs. Alright. So,
I guess that's it for Nintendo
Do you
games.
think
for
of
us.
any other Nintendo games, which I'm
Or
sure there
franchises.
are? Yeah, Nintendo franchises.
If it was games, I
Be
would
sure to
be...
let us know.
Well, yeah, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
What is
obviously.
Cloud from?
Cloud?
Mario.
Oh, Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah,
Talking
yeah.
about different clouds.
No, Cloud... he's got like...
Did you say Mario?
He's got
the
super
cloud
anime
guy
hair.
walks around like fishes you out when you die.
That's a Lakitu.
That's
Mario.
Cloud.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
I don't know what his name was.
He's talking about Cloud, the boy.
Yep.
Cloud the boy.
You ever seen Final Fantasy?
No.
He just looks super anime. Or
He's like the standard
Oh,
anime dude.
I have seen it, yes. I have not played it, though.
No.
Final Fantasy.
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
I don't know if that's made
I don't
by
know if that's Nintendo. That's
Yeah.
a Square Enix game.
That's
I,
definitely
yeah, it's
other-
Squeenix, yeah.
Is
Because
Captain
it's on the
Falcon just
PlayStation.
called Captain Falcon?
Falcon
Yeah.
Punch.
He's
Never
from
get sued.
F-Zero, which is the racing game.
F-Zero.
Yeah.
Think we'll get sued for me saying Falcon Punch in the Falcon
Try
Punch
it.
voice. I already did. I just said it really
You said-
loudly.
Was it really good?
Yeah.
So it's going to be picked up by YouTube as copyright?
Right.
I can hear the lawsuits incoming.
Okay.
I can tell you right now it wasn't good.
Ooh.
I can tell you right now it was. I know because I said it.
See, the problem is...
That's gotta be...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's a call forward joke.
Foreshadowing.
Well, moving on to other news. Recently, we talked about the Venom film and its potential sequel. And there was confirmation of a director for that film, who is Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis, most famous for playing Gollum in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
okay.
He also plays Claw in the MCU Age of Ultron and Black Panther, I think, were the only 2 films.
That is correct.
Yep. And in Star Wars, he is Snoke.
Oh.
He's like as far as I understand, the only actor to be in Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and the MCU.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's like...
I didn't know he was Snoke.
Yeah, he's Snoke. There you go. Fun fact. I don't know if he... I'm pretty sure he's the voice, too, but he definitely did the mocap for it. Because he's like the mocap guy.
Why would he do the mocap and not the voice?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But he's like the mocap dude. Like,
I mean, for Gollum.
well, Gollum, and then he did Caesar and the Planet of the Apes stuff. He was King Kong in Peter Jackson's King Kong. He did some Transformers stuff for the Michael Bay stuff as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like super well known for pioneering the motion capture.
I want this guy for my movie.
What movie are you making?
The Michael movie, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he's directing it. He has...
mocap.
You
can't have
him
to find out.
They'd have to hire him because he's so tall. You can't get a normal person to play it.
Obviously, it's just impossible.
You have to have a motion capture CGI person to play Michael.
No, I'm fighting all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh,
This is
okay.
my daily routine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he has a couple of directorial credits. His first foray into directing was he was second unit director on the Hobbit films. So not really much. So second unit stuff is establishing shots and other garbage. It's not really.
But he got some experience.
Yeah,
with the
sure.
camera.
And then 2017 was his first film, solo film. It's called Breathe, and it follows a quadriplegic man that became quadriplegic from polio.
Mhm.
The film got medium-ish reviews, not great, not terrible. Second film came out in 2018. It's Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle.
Uh-huh.
So not the
One of the 3.
right, yeah, the Jungle Book movies that came out all around the same
I
time.
think I saw that one.
I mean, this one came out last year, so
I think I saw that one.
Okay.
If I remember right, it was okay, but it was just
Yeah,
it's
again-
another Jungle Book thing.
again, the reviews for that are it was okay. This is his only third
real movie.
and I mean, you don't really need an expert to make Venom 2. I don't
No,
think.
I mean, the Venom 1 storyline wasn't expert anyway, so
Right. Well, he's just directing. I don't think he's screenwriting it. So,
okay. So
I
as long as he shoots it good and Venom doesn't look like trash, I won't care.
right
Well, they did a good job with Venom. In
yeah,
the first
no, they
one,
did really good.
So I have no doubt that Venom will at the least look good.
Usually does, yeah.
Well,
It was
Not in Spider-Man 3.
It was okay. It wasn't horrible, right?
I don't really remember it very well.
I mean,
honestly.
I guess for CGI at the time, it was pretty decent.
I remember Doc Ock looking pretty good.
Oh well, because the claws are practical,
Oh, they are
Yeah.
practical. Oh.
or they definitely made claws and they used it in the was it hospital where he's getting after his brain chip gets all fucked up and then he's getting doctors attended with them. Those are all practical arms. I don't know if they use CGI later in the film.
I don't
But-
think they would have done practical for when he's punching
Sure,
into
I don't know.
Things. but
Maybe they did.
maybe.
Well, what year did that come out? 2005.
I feel like that'd be pretty hard to do practical.
3 was 2007. So.
So yeah,
So
probably
it's probably accurate.
2005 or 4, something like that. But anyway, Venom 2. I mean, probably see it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
see it because I like Venom.
Sure,
Saw Venom 1, so gotta see Venom 2.
that's not.
That's not how that
no.
works.
Yeah, no, it is. You have to watch everything.
Nope.
Okay.
You can definitely stop when you. Okay.
Can't
You can if the story continues. How are you gonna
stop, won't stop.
rate it if you don't know the ending?
That's a very fair point, sir. Very fair. But if something is so bad, you might as well just drop it, right?
No.
No? You have to
You gotta see
suffer
if they-
through it?
if
Give
they
me a single
remake-
example of the
make it
sequel
better.
being worse than the first movie.
Most
A lot of the times,
So if the first movie is just awful, you gotta give them an opportunity to fix it.
to redeem themselves. In
And
the
then if
sequel.
they fail, then you got to give them a second chance. And then if they fail on that one, then they're probably not making a fourth movie, so you don't got to worry about it.
That's a good point.
Did you see the Transformers?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Honestly,
Yeah, but Transformers started
The first
off
one
pretty
was good, yeah.
Right? So then you're like, oh, it's good. And then it starts with, like, the bad one at whatever number. So then from there, you gotta give them the first chance.
the bad one was number one.
Number one was
I liked
good.
it. I don't
number
remember
one.
anything about it, but I liked it.
That means it wasn't
that's not
amazing.
good, yeah.
I don't remember anything about any movies.
I remember, I like them, but they're not good.
Was that the one with Toaster?
The first one?
Yeah.
The Toaster?
I don't know.
The first one was they fight Megatron. The second one
sure. I
think
was
I-
they
I
fight
think
the
I
big.
cried when Jazz got ripped in half.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even remember that.
That's like I specifically remember that scene now, even though I don't remember
Was-
that much of Transformers.
Was that in the third one?
No, that's the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did the helicopter guy Blackhawk rip him in half?
No, Megatron ripped him in half.
Megatron.
Oh, really?
Because Jazz was like really tiny, and I don't know.
Was he the little
He
sports
tried
car
jumping
guy?
around. Yeah, he was the
Oh,
Porsche.
okay.
I'm pretty sure. And he tried jumping on Megatron, even though he's like literally a quarter of his size. And Megatron was like, "Well, fuck you," and
Yeah.
ripped him in half.
Yeah, Andy Serkis was definitely Megatron. I know that for a fact.
Call back.
There we go.
There you go. So
Did you see the newest one with not the newest one, the one with the dinosaurs in it?
no, the only Transformers one I saw was the first one.
They kill Megatron and they make Galvatron,
Uh-huh.
but Galvatron's like a pixel transformer. Like
What?
he's made of
Like a phone?
no.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like the same size as like a.
That's a big ad for
Yeah.
Google.
Oh,
They've sold out.
He's like a regular size transformer, but he
Uh-huh.
turns into like little cubes and stuff rather than turning into like a vehicle.
Picture like Iron Man's nanotech suit.
Oh,
like
okay.
that's what that's
Okay.
what they were.
It
Sure.
was really weird,
Yeah, that is weird.
and that's not what Galvatron was either.
I'm not up to
But
date
you
on
got
what
to see
Transformers were.
Optimus Prime ride a robotic T-Rex. Like,
Yeah.
what more can you possibly
But
ask for?
the dinosaurs weren't the same from the. Did you ever see the animated movie? Okay,
No.
they weren't like wisecracking from the. They didn't even talk. They were just like robot dinosaurs.
Right. That's not even the most recent one, is it?
No, they made a Bumblebee.
Well, they made a
movie.
Bumblebee.
Oh,
solo
yeah.
movie.
I heard that was really good, though.
I heard that was decent too, and I never saw
I
it.
think I own it, but I haven't watched it.
Oh, there you go.
What do you own it on?
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Okay.
The way of the future.
I buy movies on disc.
No, he got it on Betamax.
Oh yeah.
What is Betamax?
It's like VHS.
Yeah, it was the
Oh.
competitor to VHS that did not do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why you don't know it. Well, HD DVDs. That's the competitor to Blu-ray.
Is it?
Yeah, Microsoft was like, "Oh yeah, we got to do HD DVDs on the Xbox 360," and it did not go well.
Whenever I buy a movie, I just buy a regular DVD because if it's Blu-ray, half the time the Blu-ray just doesn't play
Oh really?
on my thing. So I just buy normal DVDs and just take the quality.
Why don't
Like,
you just do digital at this point?
'cause I like having discs.
I begin.
Oh
buying
yeah,
stuff
you're
on
one of those
digital.
people.
Same as I like to have. I have like 40 CDs in my car. I just like having things on disc.
I thought I was going to be that way with the new console generation. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll keep sticking to discs, and then I'm like, no, the digital stuff is way more useful. I can just quickly change stuff.
Games I buy on digital now.
Okay, but films.
I also
like
thought
on
I was
disc.
going to start buying games, like physical games for PS4, and I did at the beginning, and then I was like, as soon as there's a game for a pre-release, and I was like, or like the
Yeah,
midnight release,
yeah,
I was
exactly.
like,
You'll
do I
download
wanna
it before
drive
and-
to
yeah.
GameStop right now, or do I want to just download it?
Yeah, and then you can pre-download it, so
Yeah,
as
just
soon
play
as
it
it goes
and then-
live, you can play it immediately.
See if they didn't have to still if you got a game on disc and you didn't have to download it still, I would buy them.
Sure, that's fair.
But
But you have to download them.
If I have to
anyway.
download them either way, and I just can't play Switch immediately if they're all on disc,
Right.
what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
I will agree with you, Joe. The only thing that I do buy non-digital is music. I buy a lot
You
of
buy
records.
vinyls, right?
You're right.
Oh, you're one of those people.
I am one of those people. I do.
Yeah.
I do listen to a lot of music on my record player. So
Okay.
I think you should take out your radio, cut it out wider, and then put your record player in there. And just...
see,
And retrofit it.
I have a converter for my car that's like the cigarette charger that turns something into an
Yeah,
outlet.
sure.
So on my way home from college, I plugged in my record player and started listening to a record, and then I hit a bump in the road and it scratched the record. So I was like, well, this is a terrible idea, and immediately stopped doing that. So
it'd be like that.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit, man.
I did, and I didn't get a biscuit.
You gotta give it a second chance.
His biscuit broke.
You gotta see the sequel. You gotta do it one more time to see if it works again, and then if that doesn't work, then you
is
gotta
there
give it a second
like
chance.
Other than Transformers? Is there something? I mean, you usually, Michael, like pretty much everything. So I don't know if there's something that like
there's something I don't
immediately you did not like, but you're like, I gotta keep going type thing. Like, there's been TV shows for me where it's like, it's good and then it gets shitty and I'm like, I might as well just push through, But sometimes I'm like, no.
The Iron Fist TV show was by far the worst superhero TV show I've ever watched. Season 1. Okay, but I really liked the Marvel Netflix shows, so I decided to watch Season 2 when it came out. And Season 2 got progressively better.
Okay.
I mean, it really couldn't have gotten worse, to be completely honest with you. But it was a much more enjoyable show come Season 2. So I'm happy I stuck.
Sure. Sometimes it pays off, but sometimes...
I'll give you one.
It didn't pay off, because then it immediely got canceled.
Right. Yeah, sure.
I gave up on The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
after like Season 5.
Yeah.
I had enough.
I think like Season 6
as soon as I think it was the season with the governor,
that's 3.
Yeah, the season after that, I watched most of it, and then I was like, not feeling it anymore. Because the first 2 seasons, when it was like zombie survival, I was like, oh yeah, this is nice. But eventually, once
it's about the people, man.
Once it just becomes about the people, then it's just like a regular TV show
with zombies,
with some zombies occasionally.
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, I don't care. I could watch I could watch something better.
I would say something I have stuck through would just be Star Trek. All those shows.
Oh,
I don't think it's because they're bad at all. I think it's that I'm so used to I'll watch one Star. Like when I watched the original series, the first show I watched, and I was so used to like Kirk and Spock and stuff. And then I started the Next Generation, and I was like, "Who's this stupid little bald man? Just fucking fake Spock robot?" But then it was an amazing show. But
right.
And then I'm like, I was that way when I finished that and started watching Deep Space Nine. And like, these characters suck. But it's actually a good show. So. But now I know that I'm that way, so I keep watching it. Not that I didn't the first time, but I think I probably watched it slower and had to force myself.
Sure.
Whereas now I'm just like, I know, I'll get over it.
I'll get used to it.
Even if I'm in a show that I don't like, I'll still very slowly finish it out. Just because, if I ever go back and think about it, I'd be disappointed I didn't know how it ended.
You can just Google it.
Yeah, but I mean...
You just don't get the same...
Yeah, you don't get the same satisfaction.
See, that's my problem with TV shows is, even if I don't particularly like it, I have to see the end of the story, because, seasons are usually, wrap in...
Generally,
They generally have a storyline, and then
it closes at the end of the season.
Sure. Or something.
So, I didn't particularly like 13 Reasons Why. But I had to know what happened. So I watched all of it in one night. And that's just how it goes. Same with The Boys.
Yeah, but those are helpful because those are all released at the same time. Rather than
on Netflix.
Yeah. Rather than a...
Oh, yeah, if I had to watch it week to week, I would do that.
Yeah.
I didn't finish 13 Reasons Why. Well, I think I finished season 1, and I never watched season 2.
Oh, yeah, I never watched season 2 either, because I hated the end of season 1.
That's an interesting little side topic that you just brought up, though. The difference between... episode per week TV shows
versus binging.
Yeah, versus binging. So I love the TV show Legion, which they premiere an episode every week.
Yep.
But I watched the first 3 episodes of the newest season, and I decided to just stop watching it until the season ends, so that way I can just binge all the episodes. And I have since binged other TV shows while I'm waiting for that season to end.
We live in a binge society.
Yeah, right.
Although I think there is an element of it's cool that you have to wait for the next week.
Well, yeah, because there's always the thing about that is, which was a big thing for Lost, for example, is theorizing, which is week to week. What's happening here? We gotta try and figure out what's going on. But with binging, I mean, you can watch an episode and then be hey, what's going on?
Yeah, you get that element of like, what the hell is happening for 10 seconds?
Right.
And like, well, let's figure it out.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You press play next.
You don't even have to hit play next. It's just like, you
It's
have
it
until the
just
timer
goes.
Yeah,
hits
exactly.
the next episode to figure out what's
Barely
going to
even,
happen.
it gives you like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was watching Amazon Prime the other day, and it was like, it takes like 4 seconds. Like, it hits the credits. You don't even watch the credits anymore. You see like 3 seconds of the credits, and then the next episode's already started.
Skips
I'm kind of surprised that they don't have you watch the credits. It makes sense from the viewer's perspective because nobody wants to watch the credits, but from the people who make the
That's
movies,
just the manufacturer. Like, Amazon just does that. It's not like the people who
right. I know,
make
but
it.
if I'm the person who makes the movie and Amazon Prime has the rights or whatever, and they start doing that, I'd be like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, that's my credits. I want people to see that.
I mean, the last episode, they usually leave the whole credits.
I'll normally stick
there's
around.
nothing to play.
There's
after.
nothing after,
Yeah.
but like...
I'll stick around for the
I don't
credits
think
at the end of the
Netflix doesn't
TV
even do
show
that.
too.
It just goes on to a different show.
Oh.
Picks like a similar show and just starts playing that.
Yeah, Netflix does do that. It will just like play another show afterwards.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
remember if Hulu does that or not.
I don't know.
I know Amazon doesn't, because
No,
I
Hulu
sat
does
through the
do that.
entire credits of The
It's not
Boys
good.
after I finished it.
When I finished Futurama on Hulu, it went out to another one. I forget what it went to.
On
But it
what?
definitely moved on Hulu.
I thought Futurama was on
Rick and
Netflix.
Morty.
Not
Yeah, I
anymore.
think it was Rick and Morty.
Really?
Yeah, it was taken off a couple years ago.
What was?
Futurama. Unfortunately,
Netflix.
everyone's got out of their own streaming services, so they're
Yeah.
just all
Yep.
taking everything off.
Yeah, they're taking The Office off of Netflix because NBC
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to make a streaming service.
And then Warner Brothers is making a streaming service with a bunch of different stuff, including HBO.
Oh, HBO Max?
Yeah.
What does Warner Brothers have for TV shows?
DC, ESPN.
Oh, okay, sure.
I thought ESPN was Disney.
Oh, you're right. I
Mhm.
thought it's... Well, now I gotta look
Fact
it up.
check. While he's looking that up, make conversation. Go.
So, I mean, Joe, you finished the season of The Boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Season 1. Was there a post-credit scene?
To The Boys? No.
So, I'm
There's a brutal cliffhanger at the end, though.
Brutal cliffhanger. Okay, so I'm 3 episodes in. So I don't want any spoilers.
They all die. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they all die, but it depends on which group you're talking about.
Oh,
There's certain characters that I feel like are unkillable.
so
I love the Homelander character. I just want to say that right now. Not in like, I don't like him as a character. Like, he's a horrible person.
He's a good character, though.
Right. So Homelander in The Boys is basically an identical copy of Superman.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Except he can't do anything. Specifically, he can fly, he has super strength, and he has laser eyes.
Okay.
And X-ray vision.
And he can see through walls, yes.
So
and super hearing.
Basic Superman powers.
Yeah. So basic Superman powers. And he may have been a good character when he actually became a superhero, but since then it seems he has grown this mindset that he's basically a god, which
Because he
he is.
Injustice.
So, the Homelander character in The Boys is basically what Zack Snyder tried to do
Oh,
with Superman,
yeah, sure.
but he failed because, Superman, people like Superman. They don't want to see him be a bad guy.
Right.
But
But
you
Injustice.
get a fresh slate. Homelander, it really works.
Yeah.
Like, it works
It does
really
work
well.
great in the show. People idolize this Homelander
Yeah,
character
sure.
because they see him in all his heroic acts.
And the media promotes him as like the
Good.
nation's
Yeah,
savior.
sure.
He's
I
got
love-
like American flag as his cape.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's
I love the
Homelander.
whole like corporate aspect of the show. Like basically there's this corporation that like kind of owns the superheroes, right? And like promotes them to like make money off of them and stuff like that.
And they sell them to cities, so like you buy a superhero
Oh,
for
okay.
your city.
Sure. Like
And if you don't have a lot of money, you get a shitty superhero.
Right, exactly.
So basically in the very first
That's it.
episode, you knew all the superheroes were bad in different ways.
Right.
Like they were all like really shady, like, celebrities are.
okay.
They're exactly like
I
celebrities.
think that's what they're
All
trying to do.
celebrities are bad people, is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying, but there's a lot of celebrities, that
like the power goes to your head, the fame
Right, that
gets
kind of
to you,
stuff.
that kind
So
of thing.
basically, the first episode, the head of the corporation was trying to sell a superhero to a city, and the mayor of Baltimore was blackmailing her in order to lower the price. So then it revealed that the Homelander character was bad by like literally just like killing him.
Killed him.
Okay.
Along with his kid, like he used his laser eyes to like.
They were
Like-
in a plane. He just lasered the plane out of the sky.
Jesus. Okay.
Right.
Just like straight up.
So immediately you're like, okay, this guy's not good.
Like he's presented as good for like the first half an hour of the show,
Uh-huh.
and then he just offs a guy and his kid.
I haven't seen all the main 7, right? So
You
the main
haven't?
7 superheroes. Oh, I have seen them all. I mean, I haven't seen them all do bad things.
Okay.
Black Noir.
So Black Noir is basically Batman,
Okay.
except he just doesn't talk at all.
Okay.
So I've seen him like twice.
He doesn't show up much.
He does. Okay, so
He
I don't
doesn't-
even know if he's.
He
really
doesn't
bad
do a lot
character.
in the first season, but he's just like ninja, completely black
Okay.
suit, like a Batman kind of looking
Okay.
face.
I love the Aquaman reference they made about like the Deep. So basically, there's this character called the Deep, who they call like the Lord of the Seven Seas at one point or something.
Yeah.
It's basically just Aquaman.
He's Aquaman.
Elliot-
He's got like fish gills on his chest.
From what I
It's
can
really
see, he
cool
breathes
looking.
underwater. You can talk to fish, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's some
Um,
shenanigans with that.
Right. Okay. I hope there are later. But basically, there was one scene where like one of the other superheroes was like everyone thinks you're a fucking joke. Like nobody takes you seriously. You're
Uh-huh.
just a fish guy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, they're really harping on Aquaman right now because this guy's just an exact copy of Aquaman.
Okay, I'll take a quick time out. Just
Oh,
back on
okay.
the HBO Max to see what it has. It's got New Line, DC Entertainment, CNN, TNT, TBS, True TV, The CW, Turner Classic
Ooh,
Movies,
CW.
Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Crunchyroll, Rooster Teeth, and Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Oh, so
Adult
they-
Swim.
They got a lot of stuff then.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So now
That
we
might
can
have to
buy
be something I buy then.
That's like super. That's super variety.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So now instead of Netflix, we have to buy every company's.
what's the price on that?
Gonna have 16 subscriptions.
I don't know if they have one yet.
Mm. But the other one you were talking about, I don't know.
It's expected to be somewhere between 16 and 17.
Okay. But the other one you were
Month, yeah.
you were talking
That's
about
pretty
earlier.
expensive, I feel like, relative to
It's
the
pretty
other ones.
heavy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so Disney is creating a package combining Disney
Plus Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and
Hulu.
How much
For
is that?
$12
Hulu's going to be
a month.
owned by Disney?
$12 a month for 3?
Hulu already is owned by Disney because Fox owns Hulu and Disney owns Fox.
Interesting.
Okay, I did not know that that series of ownership, but I'm glad I'm now informed.
I kind of thought when they first bought Fox that they would just start moving their Disney stuff to Hulu, but guess not because they own Hulu. So like,
Yeah.
So they're going to keep Hulu going.
yeah,
If things
It's
might
a
get
different
moved
thing.
around a little bit, but
Oh, but if you buy one, then you get both. So, okay, so that's fair.
Right, with the package. deal.
yeah. I mean, you can still just buy Hulu or just buy Disney, but now if there's a package that has all three of those things.
okay.
Yeah, I don't watch anything ESPN.
Me neither, but it's like if
It
you
might
want,
be cheaper than just buying 2 of them to just
Hulu.
buy all
we
of
figured
them.
it's like the cost of regular Hulu and regular Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And so basically, you're getting ESPN for free. Like, so if you were gonna buy both of those anyways, then
You still going to get free
Package.
Spotify if you buy Hulu?
well, that's just a college student thing. It's $5 for Spotify and Hulu.
Right.
So no, a regular person can't get that anyways.
How depressing.
Crying shame.
I'm never going to leave college. just so I can keep this
What-
Spotify.
That
Hulu.
sounds more expensive than just paying for Spotify.
One of my club advisors who just graduated, he graduated like 4 or 5 years ago, still has like an EDU email, so he still gets the student Spotify and Hulu. He's probably had it for like 10 years.
So moving back to the boys, what were we on? Like 2 superheroes?
Yeah,
to
so
get
you got
through?
Black Noir,
Yep.
you got the Deep,
Yep.
you got A-Train, who's the Flash, except he's blue and black. So the guy's black, but he wears a blue suit.
Okay. Yeah.
Not racist.
Not racist,
Well,
but
no,
I'm
it's
just
just-
letting... The Deep is very white. He
Okay.
looks like fucking Ryan Reynolds, kind of.
He does kind of look like Ryan Reynolds. Never thought about that. Horrible person.
The Deep? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
he's an asshole. Not spoiling anything, but he's not a good person.
Sure.
You learn about how bad of a person he is within the first like 15 minutes.
15 minutes of the show,
Of the
Great.
first episode, yeah.
Great.
Then you got Homelander, who's the Superman.
Yep.
You got
What's her name?
What's her
Something
name?
Queen? Or is
Queen
it
Maeve.
Queen Maeve.
So she looks like Wonder Woman. She's got
Uh-huh.
a suit like Wonder Woman,
Uh-huh.
except her suit's just like gray.
Okay.
Her powers are non-defined.
Yeah, I haven't really seen, like,
She doesn't
specifically
fly.
what she does. She
Uh-huh.
has super
She has super
float?
strength and she has like really invincibility, but I don't think she can fly at
Okay.
all. She doesn't seem to have any weapons. She just kind of is there and hard to kill and strong. I know Homelander shoots her with a gun at some point,
Yeah.
not in like an aggressive way.
Oh, okay.
So
like,
basically, like, Homelander, like, really horribly, like, kind of murders this
He just
person.
shoves his fist through
it was
this
a
guy's
bad
chest.
guy, but he, like, shoves his fist through the guy.
Uh-huh.
So they have to make it look like they got attacked.
Oh,
So that way
sure.
he has an excuse to do that. So
Ooh, yeah.
So he
So
shoots
he
her with
picks
a
up
rifle.
up the gun that he had and starts shooting the girl. It's like, yep, well, we have to do this. And
Uh-huh.
Queen, whatever.
Queen
her name
Maeve,
is.
and she's
And
just
Queen
like,
Maeve is like, yep, this
Yep.
is happening.
so you got those.
Translucent.
Translucent, who's the Invisible Man,
Yep.
and he's indestructible pretty much.
Oh.
They're all kind of indestructible.
He's got like diamond skin, supposed like
How do they describe
like
it
a-
scientifically? His skin is made of like carbon.
and he can like
Something.
shift the alignment of the carbon to like make himself invisible and make his skin impenetrable to
Okay.
like anything.
Like messing with Adam type shit?
Yes.
Sure, okay.
So like they shoot him with like an elephant rifle and he's fine.
Okay.
Like nothing happens to him.
A elephant rifle with a round specifically designed
To kill him.
To kill him, and
Okay.
it just bounces right off. Whatever.
And the newest seven.
The new, yeah, right. So at the end, or at the beginning of the show, it's revealed that was he called the Lantern?
Lamplighter. So
The
he was
lamplighter.
he just started fires, I think, as
Okay.
far as I know.
Started
Like
fires.
you don't see him.
The Human
You don't
Torch.
see him, you just hear
Hear
things about him.
okay,
He
yeah,
can
yeah.
do something with fire, and his name is the Lamplighter.
Right.
He retires.
So he retires,
Oh,
and then they bring
nice.
in this girl, Starlight. As far as I'm concerned, Starlight is the only member of the seven thus far that seems not a complete
Oh, okay.
horrible
Yeah,
person.
Because she's new.
Right.
So she will be.
Right.
So she has been a superhero. She
For a
is the
while.
superhero of Des Moines in Iowa.
Yep.
So basically, at the beginning of the show, they are recruiting superheroes for like interviews, like
Yeah, she does like a little like recording session where she shows off her power
Okay,
and is like,
sure.
"This is what I do." Do you want to say what she does? Because it's kind of cool, really.
I'm still a little confused on what she does. She has like super strength.
She knows karate.
She knows
She
karate.
took lessons.
Okay, well, she has a degree of super strength because I mean she's punching holes through concrete walls.
But yes, also.
And what does she do? Just create like an incredible amount of like blinding light.
So what she does is she takes like light and electricity from around her.
Okay, that's the whole TV stuff around.
So
that
like
makes sense.
to show it off, like all the lights flicker in the room, and, like, because it's a spectacle. It's kind of cool.
Gotcha.
And then she like shoots beams out of her hand.
Oh.
Nondescript on whether it's like actual like a physical attack or if it's just blinding.
Uh-huh. Like no one's been killed by it. Well,
She
I mean,
can
I don't know.
kill you by it with the
Yeah.
combination of that and her super strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
But basically like there's just one scene where this girl is about to get raped and she shows up. She sucks in all the light from like the street lights around her and then she like kind of blind punches the guy
Uh-huh.
is what I'm gonna call it because
Yeah.
like she punches with like the light
With the
shooting
light
out.
around. Yeah.
So the guys not only kind of go flying a little bit, but
And they're all like stunned and messed up
Yeah,
in
I
the head
gotcha.
because they just got blinded.
Just permanently blind to people with that.
Yeah. So those are the seven, and then your main character Huey is just a dude.
Just a dude.
wait, that's what I love. Like it's just this group of non-superhero people attempting to take down the corrupt superheroes.
Yeah, and there's four,
The boys.
three
They're just
guys,
the boys.
three older dudes, and Huey. Huey's like 119 or something like that.
Oh, so
No, he's older than 19.
so the
He's
younger.
probably like
in his
late
20s.
20s. Yeah.
so he's Huey and they're the news.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So there's four of them. They're called the boys.
Mhm.
That's all you need to know.
Okay. I mean, it sounds
It's
really
it's
interesting.
it's really like it's really
I do
dark.
highly suggest it. It is super dark, right? So
Yeah,
viewer
because you know
discretion advised.
Homelander kills children.
Yeah.
like
Okay.
violent, like awful things happen all the time throughout the whole show.
I don't want to go into what the Deep did at the beginning, but you know,
No.
pretty
Sure.
Pretty bad.
And the inciting incident for Huey to be the main character is A-Train runs through his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, you were
and
Nick was talking about
obliterates her.
that.
Right, so you see that scene actually in the trailer.
Yeah, it's like the first scene of the show is he's talking to his girlfriend and
Holding her hands.
and
while
she like steps out onto the street a little bit, and then A-Train just comes sprinting by and just blood mist.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which
everywhere.
is what causes Huey to go into this spiral of, fuck superheroes, and then he meets the
Billy
boys.
Butcher,
He meets the Billy Butcher character,
who's the leader of the boys.
arguably is the main character. It's kind of between him and Huey, from what I've seen right now.
And Starlight is also
and then Starlight is the superhero
main character. So you got like a nice little split between the three.
Got a sweet tritagonist.
Yeah, Homelander gets a lot of attention, but I wouldn't call him a protagonist.
He's
antagonist.
Right. He's
I don't
kind of the main antagonist from what I've seen.
Yeah, I guess
far.
he is the main antagonist.
I mean, he is the leader of the Seven. Right, which are the antagonists of the show. They're called the Seven.
The Seven is what they're called.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then the other antagonist would be the lady that runs the corporation.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
so her and Homelander, and they're real buddy.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll probably start watching it tonight.
It's on Amazon. Highly recommended.
I watched The Tick on Amazon. Best superhero show I've ever seen.
Was that good?
It was really funny, actually.
I think we'll watch it.
I haven't watched it in a while, but honestly, there could probably be a new season up. I don't even know.
When I think about The Tick, all I can picture for some reason is Patrick Warburton in a blue costume. Is it Patrick Warburton?
I don't know. He did the original Tick cartoon voice.
Okay, yeah, that's why I think of him.
Yeah, but I don't know if he did
a big blue Tick. I don't know. I don't remember none of the actors, but yeah, it's wicked funny. It's just a dude who arguably can't die. He probably can't die, but it's just very difficult to kill because he's a Tick. And the main character is like a little kid, not a little kid. He's probably 19 or late teens, maybe early 20s, who I think at first people don't believe that he saw the Tick or something, or he's been. No, there's other superheroes.
Yeah, it is not Patrick Warburton. It's Peter Serafinowicz.
That sounds right.
Never heard of him.
There's
he plays Darth Maul.
Oh, okay.
In episode 1. The body or voice, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but there's there's a group of superheroes, kind of like Avengers or Justice League type of people, who end up, I believe, getting killed, most of them, in the beginning by the main villain, whose name I forget, and the kid's dad dies in the attack.
Black Plague.
Yeah. Right? Is that it?
I don't know.
No.
Black Plague?
I don't know why.
You just agreed with it?
it's honestly something similar to that.
The kid's dad dies in the Black Plague, that's the inciting incident.
The villain's name is something.
I just thought of ticks, and what would be the villain of ticks? Black Plague,
Sure.
Because
Bubonic Plague or something?
The Terror?
Yeah, the Terror.
That's nice and basic.
And I think I don't remember if he grows up hating superheroes or hating the Terror or whatever it is, but the Tick and him end up becoming crime fighting buddies, and he doesn't even want to do it at first because he's just you're stupid, stay away from me, and the Tick's no, we gotta fight crime, we gotta stop these people or whatever, and he's horrible at doing it, and so he's basically trying to keep the Tick alive and trying to prevent him from doing stupid shit. And I think he ends up getting a suit that turns him into the Moth. And he's
I'm looking at the picture of the Tick right now, and it's him in his blue suit next to a younger looking person in a gray Moth suit.
Yep. So. Yeah, I think he gets that from one of the villains actually that he's fighting. But
oh, Mothman.
Yeah, he fights Mothman.
Oh, he fights Mermaid Man's arch nemesis. See you in another 57 years.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny, but definitely not a serious superhero show.
Is The Boys supposed to be funny at all?
The Boys is sometimes...
It definitely has humor in it.
Sometimes a dark comedy.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of the time it's just really dark, but it is funny.
It's just dark, everything.
Yeah.
Dark humor, dark scenes.
It's just a dark show, but there is comedy.
How's the lighting?
It's dark.
It's lit pretty well.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure whoever the guy that shot it would say it had good lighting.
Okay.
Because he shot it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
To quote whoever the guy that shot episode 3, season 8 of Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
yeah, sure.
When people complained about the lighting, he said, "The lighting was good. I know because I shot it."
Uh-huh.
All right. Solid. Oh, you looking at the 7 right now?
Yeah, I just looked up The Boys, looking at some pictures.
Yeah, so I really like The Boys mainly because
Yeah, it's translucent.
it's a unique take on the superhero genre, which is so popular right now. And not to say I'm getting bored with superheroes, but it's nice to see.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
I love, like, the twists on superheroes more than actual superhero. Like, I just love the funny stuff in superhero movies, which I think Marvel is good at, like, capturing an element of that with, like, Korg and stuff. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The Boys is definitely more about, the boys than
Right.
it is about the superheroes.
Well, I mean, the superheroes are a huge aspect of it, but they're
Because
villains,
the boys are going after superheroes.
ultimately. I still haven't seen Brightburn, but I still really want to see Brightburn because
Yeah, I've heard The Boys compared to Brightburn because it's like evil Superman.
Oh, yeah, I saw the trailer for that at some
What would
point.
you call this genre? Like, alternative superheroes?
It's
Just a comic book show.
just like a dark comic book.
yeah.
It doesn't have, like, a specific genre, because, I mean...
Just say it's superhero, but it's just new. I mean, we've had 22 Marvel movies.
And a lot more shows.
Well, we've had 23 now, but 22 with Endgame, right? And a lot more shows that are all not repetitive, but
Similar.
in a way repetitive,
They follow a formula.
Right, they follow a formula. So it's nice to see a unique, yet successful version of a superhero.
Do not watch The Boys if you don't like gore and if you don't like feeling kind of bad sometimes.
Right.
Because it makes you feel really gross sometimes.
Yeah, there are a few scenes that are very uncomfortable. Specifically the scene with Doppelganger. The one that shapeshifts.
Yeah.
That was a really uncomfortable scene.
That is a really uncomfortable scene, yes.
I didn't like it, but it was relevant to the show, so...
Alright, don't spoil it. I want to experience the uncomfortability naturally.
Don't worry, you'll be uncomfortable whether we tell you or not.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Based on just, like, Wikipedia's genre, it just says superhero and black comedy. That's all.
Yeah.
I actually really hate, like, uncomfortable scenes. I don't know if uncomfortables are, like, cringy things. Like, I'll stop watching a movie if something's cringy.
It's cringy.
Define cringy.
Like
you go,
see if I can think of an example.
or you just go like,
or, no, it doesn't have to be, like, gross. It's just like, someone making a
like
decision
Saw.
I don't want, that's, like, clearly the wrong decision kind of deal.
Oh,
or, like,
that-
it's not like obviously the wrong decision. It's just like, oh, I feel like I should take a shower after watching this.
Have you watched The Office?
I've seen little pieces of it, but I
So,
never got
like,
into
early seasons, Michael Scott cringe?
it. I stopped watching The Office in season 1, so
Yeah,
probably-
it's
That makes sense.
not
I
quite
watched
like
like
that.
one episode and was like,
When I rewatched The Office, I had a completely different perspective on Michael Scott's character, but I was like, I forgot how cringy he was. Like, this is actually hard to watch.
Some of that show is very painful.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's what some people find enjoyment in. So, I mean, that could be where you find humor in this show.
Like the thing where he was trying to kiss Oscar. I don't remember what season that's in, but like
It was uncomfortable.
that is painful. I don't watch that part.
That was improv.
I know
scene,
it was, but I
actually.
hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what scene you're talking about, but it's funny that he's trying to kiss somebody as improv.
He's trying to make up for saying like being homophobic, kind of like unintentionally homophobic.
So
he kisses the gay guy.
That's rough.
Which is a funny concept, but like when you watch it, it's like, oh my god, stop, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff. It's like, why?
The
why
Boys
are you
isn't
doing
like that.
Yeah, no, so I haven't seen a scene like that with The Boys yet.
Right. I'll watch it anyways, just because it sounds good.
It is.
If there's a show that I don't know whether it's good or not, and that kind of stuff starts happening, I'm like, nope, off.
No, I highly suggest this. I watched the first episode and I was like, yeah, this is going to be a great show.
The second episode is my favorite part. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's a spoiler, massive spoiler, but like it kicks it off really hard in the beginning and it doesn't fall off really.
All right.
I really want to know what you're talking about now.
I told you about it earlier.
It's the second episode, so
The end of the second episode.
Yeah, there you go. You know what that is.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the third episode. Okay. Yeah, end of the second episode was just like, oh my god.
That's going to be it for today's episode of the podcast. If you have any content that you'd like us to talk about, suggestions for how we can improve, or mean and hateful things that you just want to share with us, be sure to let us know down below. I'm Michael.
Oh, I'm Cam.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
And we're going AFK. We'll listen here next time. That's going to be all for today's episode. Thanks for listening. What the hell is the rest of the outro?
Don't you have it written down?